Hey folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. I I know I'm not the smartest person ever walked this earth, but I ain't no Forrest Gump either. Mostly 'cause I ain't got a fleet of shrimp boats and so rich I ain't got to worry about money no more. I still got to worry. I bet you do too. Now to my subscribers, they already know that I tell you the honest truth the way I see it. And I say that because I hope they share this. Share it on your Facebook. Send it to some friends. I'd like to get the word out today. And I'd like to get it out to the masses. So hit the like button and share, please. Those that don't know me, howdy. I'm Papa Joe. I give you a true dose of reality with no sugar added. That's what you're going to get today. So hold your nose, put your head back, and take your medicine with no sugar added. You know, I made a video, what was it, last week? About that Caravan coming up. Now, I told you what I thought about it. Today, somebody shared President Trump's speech with me. They had shot me a message and I couldn't bring it in on the radio where I was at. So they sent it to me. And I listened to it. And he was saying the same thing about that Caravan that I said last week. That it is a mob. It is an invasion. And they did hurt the Mexican police and army. Huh? So much for the peace and love, huh? They're coming up to invade us. Their plans are to get to the border and just force their way into our country. Really. That's an invasion. Any way you spell it. The president has sent the army down there. Well, he's talking, he's going to send more. Good. Protect our borders. There is not a country on this earth that is gullible as we are when it comes to letting people in. And the Democratic Party, they are wanting to holler all the poor people. All the poor, starving masses. They are only looking for a better start in life. Really. They only want to ask for asylum. Really. The proper way to do that, and there is a proper way to do it, is when you leave the offending country, you go to the nearest embassy or whoever you can find, and you file for asylum. And it will start the wheels rolling. You don't force your way into the next country and fight with the police and the army and keep marching towards the next country that you really want to be in. That ain't how you do it. That makes it an army or a mob, whatever you want to call it. It's an invasion. Period. Mexico has offered them asylum. You've got a safe haven here. We'll train you. We'll put you to work and the whole bit. The majority of the mass down there has turned it down. Huh. Wonder why. Maybe because of the way our system is set up. They know they can come up here and get a free ride. You think? They need to be stopped at all cost. The president went on to say that they had threw rocks at the Mexican army and hurt some people pretty bad. They're notorious for doing that on our border too. If you've ever watched any of the videos about what's going on, our border patrol has to put a cage over all their windows because they're throwing rocks. And we're not talking about little bitty pea rocks. We ain't talking about the one you'd put in your slingshot. We're talking about a rock. That hurts. Do you know how the first recorded human was ever killed? With a rock. Huh. So we know they'll kill. This could be the most important election in our lives. In all seriousness, this could be the most important election that you've ever voted in. And you're not even voting for a president. What you're voting for is some people with a backbone to support him. What you're voting for is to keep the Democrats out of power. If they get back in power, they have done blatantly, point blank said that they're going to try to impeach the president, Kavanaugh. They're going to raise our taxes. Oh, they're just going to do tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. And none of it's good for the common working American. Really. They have gotten so carried away that their own base is leaving them. They just held a rally in Washington, D.C., the Democrat Party did. Not literally the heads, the talking points up there, but the common Democrat just held a rally that was called Run Away and Support Trump, or something to that effect. The Democratic Party has gotten so out of touch. It's pitiful. So many of them are running on the basis that they want to turn our country socialist. We've already got enough people living off the system. If they turn us socialist, that means that they're now going to take 50% or more of our money that we're out here working for, wherever you work, and give it to the ones that don't want to work. That has never worked in any country that has tried it. They keep taking from the working class and taking from the working class and giving to the lazy ones until the working class is tired of working and they say, to hell with it, I might as well go get a freebie too. So now you got nobody working. Inflation goes through the roof. It takes a week's worth of your pay to buy a loaf of bread, if you can even afford that. There's plenty of examples. Do a search on it and show me one socialist country that lasted 100 years. And you know what goes along with it? Is that the ones in power get the lion's share of the money. it don't even go to the lazy ones. It goes to the thieves. That's what's happened to all the communist countries and everything else. It don't work. And that's their platform. We're going to go socialist. Wow, really? You know, I told you at the beginning that I'm not the smartest person that ever walked on this earth. Well, along with not being the dumbest one, is I'm not a follower. I don't blindly follow any person on this earth. I don't do it. There's only one person that I blindly follow, and that's Jesus Christ. And for the masses down here, I shouldn't say masses, I'm sorry, because there's too many of us that are awake. But for so many of these people to blindly follow the Democratic talking heads, they don't do their own homework. They're just whatever they are told, whatever the media says, and the media is as bad as the Democrats, are just like that. The Democrats make it up, they lie about it, and the media swears to it, and then tries to spoon feed it to the rest of us. I've never been a follower. I've always tried to be a leader or a loner. I don't follow. I don't blindly follow, for damn sure. If you like what the president has done with our country, you need to vote. If you don't want to be overran by a bunch of illegals, you need to vote. If you don't want your taxes going up drastically, more of your money being taken away to be given to people that are illegal or too lazy to work, you need to vote. And yes, I know everybody on the welfare system is not lazy. I know there's some that needs help. I don't have a problem helping them. The majority of the Americans don't have a problem helping those that need help. That's what we're about. We help the world. And the most of us don't have a problem with it. What we do have a problem is when they work the system. When they use it for a lifestyle. It's gotten so bad that I've heard welfare recipients call it a paycheck. It ain't a paycheck, it's a handout. And then those of us that have worked and paid into the system so that we might actually have something to retire on, they want to call that an entitlement. No, what you're giving is a handout to the lazy people that won't get a job. That's an entitlement. That's the handout. We worked for ours. Am I saying this backwards? Sometimes my mind gets going faster than my tongue, or my tongue gets going faster than my mind. But let's put it point blank simple. What we work for, they're trying to clarify that as a handout. If we worked for it and we put it in the system, no, that's ours. That ain't a handout. We worked for it. What you're giving to them, that's a handout. Point blank, period. And they want to give them more. I've literally heard them say that if they want a pay raise, they have another baby. Really? I've heard the interviews where a woman was getting cut off. And she's asking who's going to take responsibility for her 9 kids. Somebody has to be held accountable. Really? Guess who I think should be held accountable? And it's not me and you. I think she should be held accountable. I think however many daddies those 9 kids got should be held accountable. Why should we have to pay for it? Why should we be responsible? You know, I'm not the biggest Trump fan out there. Never have been. There's stuff that he says and does that I don't agree with. Then again, the majority of what he's doing for the country, I agree with, because he is helping our country. He's doing the best that he can. One of my pet peeves, and it happened last night on one of my live streams, somebody got naming all the stuff that he said he was going to do, like they thought that as soon as he went in office, he should be able to do it. And he ain't done it yet. Well, how come? Because he don't have the help that he needs in Washington, D.C. He can't just make everything happen. No president has the final say-so on everything. He can't walk into that office and just start dictating, I want this, 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 and this. It don't work that way. That's why we have the system set up the way we have it. He's no different. He can't do that. He has to have people to help him. How does he get that? By us voting them in. And if you don't vote, you're voting for the Democrats, whether you like it or not. If you ain't got the cojones and the stamina to take off a little bit of time to make yourself get home to vote, then you're helping the Democratic Party. Because I guarantee you, the majority of the Democrats don't have a job, they don't have anything else to do, and they will pay them to go vote. Nobody's going to pay me and you to vote. We have to pay ourselves in the long run. My company already knows, my dispatcher already knows, I will be home Tuesday to vote. I'm having to work Saturday so that I can be home on Tuesday morning to vote. They've been working on it. They're making plans. We're talking about it. I'm on my way back up there now with a load so I can drop and hook tomorrow, be back down home sometime Saturday. And they know I'm not leaving until I vote Tuesday. They already know it's important to me. I need to be home. What have you done? They've said right now that we've had the most early voting of any election. We've had over 20 million early votes. And right now the Republicans are winning, except in two places, Arizona and Nevada. And there it's real tight. We need to vote. Each and every one of us, we need to vote. We need to give President Trump some help. Not only will I encourage you to vote and to vote Republican, although I'm not a Republican. I've said that in many of my videos. I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican. I'm a pissed off American. And right now, Trump is my best weapon to get this country back on course. So I'll tell you, not only do I vote conservative, Republican, if I see somebody that's been in there a long time and they're an incumbent and there's somebody running against them, I try to vote the old blood out. We've got a bunch of old people up there that don't care. They're not in touch with what we go through on a daily basis. They don't care. They have no fight left in them for you and I. Their fight is for their retirement. Their fight is getting in line to get the handout from the big companies and whoever else is paying them the special interest. How about getting some of the young blood in here? Some younger than myself. Let's get some in here that's got their whole career ahead of them, and they want to get in there and show you and impress you on how good they can help you. take my politics serious. You should too. You should too. The battle lines are Tuesday. Period. If you really care, you need to go vote. And I'll encourage both parties to vote. I really will. They do have concerns about fighting at the polls. So they have made a special election this year. And all Republicans are supposed to vote on Tuesday. All the Democrats are supposed to vote on Thursday. That way you ain't having the clashes at the polls. So make sure you tell all your Democratic friends that they vote Thursday. Republicans Tuesday, Democrats Thursday. Share that word. If you heard it on the internet, it must be true. If it's on YouTube, it must be the gospel. So share that word with your peoples. Republicans Tuesday, Democrats Thursday. I can't emphasize that enough. Get the word out there. In all seriousness, get to the polls and vote Tuesday. Don't vote with your wallet. Vote with your conscience. Vote with what you know is right. Vote for the country. You remember back in the day, well, you probably don't remember it. I don't remember it. I ain't that old. But you remember the old Uncle Sam thing? I want you. I need you. Uncle Sam needs your vote. He needs your vote. He needs a helping hand. Lady Liberty's torch is getting awful dim. We need to get her some fuel for her torch. And to do that, you got to vote. That's my word on it, folks. I hope you learned something. I hope you share the word. Send it to your friends. Send it to everybody that you can. Mass send this video out, and maybe people will get out and vote. Y'all remember, God loves you. So do I. Y'all have a blessed day now. Good night.